Hello, it's Feather. Olive, Rose, and I are all Canadian, but I would like to wish all of our American subscribers a very happy 4th of July. And I'm wearing my 4th of July shirt to show my support for all of you. I actually got this shirt last year because I was in LA for the 4th of July, and that was spectacular. My friend and I drove into LA at about 9 p.m. and there are fireworks everywhere in the sky, and there were fireworks all night long until way after we had fallen asleep that night. So if you live in LA, you probably know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it was fantastic. And Canada, we just celebrated our birthday, our 150th birthday on July 1st, so it's been very celebratory this past week. I just got home from vacation. I was visiting relatives in BC, British Columbia, the province beside mine of Alberta. It was great. I celebrated Canada Day there. On Canada Day, I participated in some festivities in the park, and then for the fireworks, I sat in my aunt's goat pen with all of her goats, and we watched the fireworks over the lake from her goat pen. It was the best, and I love all of her goats, and 2 of her goats were actually born on Canada Day, July 1st, and we had to help save the goat family because the mama was refusing to feed her baby goats. But by the end of the day, we got her to finally feed her goats, and it was so cute. There was a little runt baby, and she was the size of my foot. I kid you not. She was so small and so helpless and so tiny. She kept sniffing the wrong end. She couldn't figure out how to grab on. The poor little thing just wanted some food and didn't know how. So that was my Canada Day, just saving a goat family. I also went to the beach while I was on vacation. That was a lot of fun. So I didn't read as much as I intended to. I finished 3 books for the second half of June. So I'm going to get started. The first book I finished in June was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This book I was surprised by because I had heard a lot of people talking about it, so I really wanted to read it. But the description that booktubers give you and what is written on the back is not really what the book is about. So I was kind of taken aback and a little bit surprised by what the book was actually about. And the reason for that is because if I describe to you the storyline and all of the multiple plot layers, it would start to get into spoilers. So what I can tell you about this book is that the main character, one of the main characters, there is a girl named Blue, and she is living with her family of clairvoyants. So her mom and her aunt, they can all predict the future. They can see ghosts of people who are going to die in the upcoming year. They read tarot cards, all this kind of stuff. And then the other 4 main characters are the Raven Boys, and they go to a highly prestigious private school, and they each have their own defining characteristics, their own plot line, their own thing that they're dealing with. And I thought that was so well done by Maggie Stiefvater. There were 5 main characters, and they all were completely different. The characters were so well developed, and I felt attached to each one of them, and I'm so excited to continue on with the series and see what else happens because it ended well. It wasn't like a super cliffhanger, but it's still like I want to know what happens next because there was like a little bit of a tease as to something big is going to happen in the next book, and I am super excited to see what that big thing is. I gave this book 5 stars, and I couldn't stop thinking about it after I put it down. Now that I'm back from vacation, I really want to pick up the second book in the series as soon as possible. The second book that I finished in the month of June was 13 Reasons Why, and I took that back to the library already, so I don't have it with me, but I'm sure most of you have heard of it. It is now a Netflix series, and there's a lot of controversy surrounding it, so I'm sure most of you know the plotline, so I'll just give you a brief summary of my thoughts. I'll probably do a review of it in a separate video, but for what I want to say now is I would recommend it only if you are not triggered by suicide, sexual assault, depression, anything like that. This book deals very heavily in all of those things. The prose of the book, I thought it dealt very well with how seemingly little things, primarily related to sexual assault, something that a lot of people brush over and say, oh, that wasn't a big deal. This book really shows how much of an impact things like that can have on a person, like grabbing someone inappropriately or slut shaming, things like that. Those are huge things that can have a huge impact on people, and I really liked how this book exposed that and talked about how important it is to be nice to people, to be kind, and to treat everyone with respect and compassion. However, the cons of this book, it could be interpreted as suicide being the fault of other people. One of the people who listened to the tapes says the specific line, "We are all a little bit to blame," and I really disapprove of that, because suicide is never someone's fault, and survivor's guilt is so real and it is so damaging. However, I am glad that I've read it. I'm glad that I now have an opinion about the whole controversy surrounding it. I'm actually currently watching the Netflix series, so after I watch the Netflix series, I think I'm going to do a review on the book and the Netflix series and the pros and the cons and everything surrounding it, if you are interested in that. And the final book that I read in June was our book club book, which was Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and I'm going to be doing a book club review on this on Wednesday, so I'm not going to say too much about it now, but I gave it 4 stars. I thoroughly loved it. I'm a huge fan of Jane Austen. This is the 4th book I've read by Jane Austen, and I just love her writing style. I love her wit. I love her social commentary, and this book was no exception. So look forward to hearing about that from me on Wednesday. So that is my wrap up. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for our videos on Wednesday as we review Northanger Abbey, and have a great day. Enjoy your summer. Bye!